Hello to everyone. Hello to all my listening friends. Uh, I just came out today. I've been led to give pieces of advice to Mr. My son. I'll call him my son. He old enough to be my son. Henry Costa. Uh, One thing I would like to establish here is that uh, I am not in favor of any form of violence because I've seen what violence had done to Liberia. When Henry and others were very young, we were growing up, we saw what happened in our country. But after 172 years, when we have failed ourselves, we failed to establish an institution that will go on for from generation to generation. Well, to cut long matter short, the present situation in the country based on what I saw personally, you know, there is a need for people to get and speak up because we have a political setting that requires freedom of speech, and so somebody need to stand up. The way the trend of things are going in the country, somebody needed to stand up. Well, as an elderly person and man of faith, I feel that we need to exercise you know tolerance and to be able to do it respectfully. But Henry, the advice for you is that you have a great courage. Uh, from all indication that the hands of God is upon you because you are speaking for vulnerable people. I saw the vulnerability of the young generation in Liberia. I saw what's going on. Somebody need to speak out. I'm not in favor of the kind of word, the choice of words that's been used. I'm not in favor of that, but I'm in favor of the movement. And another thing I want to bring to attention is that when you in a political system, when you want to speak on behalf of vulnerable people, you got to pray to God to give you that courage and the strength and the temperament to be able to deal with the reflection that will come back to you because when you uh, telling people the truth, you expect them to come after you. And of late, I realized during the march and after everything, or the level of weakness that you try to display. And I just want to advise you that it's not good for your enemies. You need to pray to God to give you that courage to be strong. Don't show any sense of weakness. What happening in Liberia and the situation that got getting you to get frustrated at a certain point is what the country is. When I had started, you were very young. You didn't understand anything. But you came into it and you got a zeal to help, you know. But you cannot show signs of weakness when you are fighting for people because the enemy will use that. And I understand why it's happening because you're a young person. You got the courage to do it, but there's certain places that your weaknesses. So I need you to pray. Not only asking you to pray. I know I heard it quite recently. I'm so happy that you are talking about God, and which is really good. You have recognized God blessing over your life, which is really great. And I too, I'm not only asking to pray. I have decided to pray as a follower. Pray for you to give you that courage and strength, even on your shoulder. That's the last place I want you to show any sign of weakness, because Liberian people, when you're dealing with them, you cannot show. You got to be strong at all times. The moment they realize that you're strong, you mean what you're doing, they're gonna give up. But when they see you in some like the other day on your show, I watch it. I watch it from here. I watch YouTube. I listen to your live one in Liberia, so listen to you. And you're somebody who just don't get up and like any other Liberian will just say things what they don't know about. Everything that you bring about, you make sure to make research and it's just facts. I'm a witness to that. And make you that singer you up, but you cannot display any form of weakness that I see. I must tell you whether you like it or not. I've been trying to contact you One time I had the opportunity to go to your bus when I'm in Liberia, and since then I show you caught me because I saw you as someone who couldn't take advice, but now I see that I'm happy in the face of God that from the last 30 of March and whatever happened, I realized that you have begun to listen to people, especially men of faith, ministers of the gospel, and women and people who stand behind you, and which is very good. I'm very glad about that, that you have decided to listen because no man is an island. And those that are in struggle with you, I want you to always reference them and give them courage. You know, people showing like Dylan is showing high level of integrity in terms of what he came to do. Yeke had been politically, that's a political game. He had been consistent. He started all this fight about corruption in Liberia, trying to bring the president attention to what he feels as a president. And you know, some of the things he said, that he said to the president, I'm not in favor of that. But in politics, modern politics, in it turns so radical. People say all kind of stuff, but it's good that the president got to a certain level. He got certain temperament uh, not respond the way how other African leaders have been doing, even though there have been some real ugly signs of the response of the government to the plight of the people. No political will because you got a bunch of gossipers who for the evil in our heart, and that evil they want to plant it into other people instead of advising the president appropriately and helping him to succeed. They gave me a piece of advice that turned the entire country upside down. But I just telling you, Henry, you got to be strong. I don't want to see that sign of weakness anymore on your movie or what a Liberian person. Forget about what Liberian people are. Stick to the point because that's who they are, because their mind have been destroyed long time ago, long before you were born. So don't go on that road. Just do what you're doing. All the young children are calling you hero. You need to be there for them. They see you as a hero. That's how open George Weah was seen as a hero to the young people. You go to some of my posts. I pray for him, and I said when election was coming, people were saying a whole lot of stuff. I said the young people are being George Weah because they are looking for hope. Because people who should have helped them failed them. So that's why they're looking for hope for George Weah. You can't blame them. They were looking for hope. You know. So I come to tell you today, do not show any more sign of weakness. On your show, on the Costa show, wherever it is, keep being excited. Excited. You are a brilliant guy. You got brain, man. And your brilliance is unmeasurable. I hear people talking about you're not educated. I laugh like somebody want to pee myself. I say, I wonder this person talking know who they're talking to. You see someone display such articulation, articulate individual. Then you say you're not educated. They tell you that zombie can talk like well Costa talk. So I know people against you. They say that's my point of view. I say what I don't like about you. When I send you the email long time ago in Liberia, I think 2 years ago, I said if you can change your temperament and your way of talking, especially approaching women, the wordings and things. If you can change it, I said in your inbox that the sky is the limit for you. And probably you didn't take it in, so maybe you took me off your page. And today, whatever I said, what is it? Was it false? I don't care if you reference me. I don't care about you reference me. What I care about who all is showing concern about helping Liberia. And what I notice about you, that's what I'm telling you. You better listen to me because nobody doubt what I say. So, but I will keep praying for you like others have done, so that God will put you in the right path and you on the path that know God. And I know maybe one day you'll become a preacher because I can see that gift. So, Pedro or Henry, as I call you, be strong, be strong. He that wait upon the Lord shall renew your strength. You shall struggle, but now be weary. That's what the Bible talking about. That's what God talking about. In the process of the struggle, don't be weary. Because the enemy looking for where they have touched you. They have touched your soul. I've been seeing a whole lot of posts that people have seen. I'm not the only person, but I'm the only person coming live with it. And I came live because I want you to listen. And you are beginning listening, and which is good for you. I pray for you this hour, you and member of the COP that's still united and in a fight to correct our country. You know, let us correct our leaders with love. Let people see that you're doing it with love. That's what I want to see. Do it with love. Be strong and excited. At the same time, display love in your tune and everything. And then people who are hiding behind, they will start coming up openly. So may God bless you this hour. I just want to pray for you and the rest of the people. Most gracious Heavenly Father, I want to pray for Henry this hour, that you gave him strength of the heart. You keep directing his path towards you. And all of those, Yeke Kolba and others in Dylan, and others who have stood the test of time to try to see how they can correct the president. For Yeke, he uses some Sunday school words, but well, that's who he is, that's how he do it. But Dylan is very intelligent and articulate on what he wants, and he's up for good governance in the two houses and in the nation, and they are right for the calling for that. So we ask you, Lord, that you help all of those, that you direct our religious community to know the need of the country that is serving on a curse, because some of them live long enough to know what happened to that country in terms of wasting innocent blood on our nation. So may you help us to realize that we need to cleanse our nation. May you be with family, be with the young children in the street, be with everyone. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and the blessed Holy Spirit, I pray with thanksgiving. Amen.